Hello, welcome to a wee Nickjitsu special on some of my pedals. I'm always getting asked by various people what's on my pedal board. I said I'm always getting asked by various people what's on my pedal board.
What's the thing what's on your pedal board?
What's on your pedal board?
Thank you very much. Well, let's have a wee look, shall we? Today we're going to be looking at the T-rex Moller. So the wee T-rex Moller is an overdrive pedal, and it's like a tube screamer. At least I think it's like a tube screamer because it's green. I would basically use this in conjunction with my Bluguitar Amp-1 amp, and if I just use my basic overdrive tone, then what I'll use the Moller for is I can use it for a boost. Look at my funky socks. Look at this. For once I've got a pair of socks that match. And that's because my mother, I was recently up in Scotland, and she sat there and matched all my socks for me. Normally I just go for two socks. As long as they're the same thickness, I don't really care about the colour. I just use them. So, look at that. This is my stock kind of sound. No real sustain to it. Well, a bit of sustain, but it's more of a kind of... And what I'll do is I'll use another pedal, the volume, Sonuus Voluum pedal, control the amount of gain that goes into that amp. I've got various levels of gain that I can use. There's a boost on the Bluguitar, and there's also a boost on the pedal. So let's boost it. Now, I don't know if you can hear, but I'm talking over the top of that. This amp isn't very loud at all. It's kind of like bedroom level, if that. And it's still perfectly controllable at that volume, and it still just pushes, gives you that little bit of feedback. And that's just with the boost on, you get that lovely creamy sound. The guy that came up with the idea for this pedal was a guy called Møller, and very good guitar player. Go and check him out. And he wanted a boost, which is like I've read the spiel, and it's 0 to 20 dB boost. No idea what it means, but it sounds lovely. On the other side, we've got an overdrive-y gain type thing. And if I again play an A major and play some stock kind of bluesy stuff. There you go. I'm a terrible blues player. Obviously, I haven't been through enough hardship in my life. If I now put the gain on. There you go. Now that's beginning to go into a wee bit of feedback already. And again, it's so quiet, so quiet. I've got the guitar going into the Moller, into the Bluguitar, and the Bluguitar's going live into the wee Dubry What's It behind me through the Blubox, which I'm going to do another little feature on very soon. So that's my main kind of lead tone when I'm playing. And on the album Hyperrail, plug, 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 you'll actually hear the T-rex Moller and the Amp-1 on pretty much every single song, apart from Ushkatahe, which is my other amp, which is the Rivera M60, which I'll feature on another video. And that pedal with the Rivera is incredible. Check out the song Ushkatahe, which is Gaelic for River Tay. So let's see what else it can do. It's a very, very versatile pedal. So I use it in, if I used it in a jazz gig, for example, there you go. I'm going to whack on a clean sound, stick on my front pickup, which is my jazz pickup, I can't play any jazz stuff without putting on the front pickup. So this is the clean sound on its own. Give it a wee wiggle just for fun. And I'm going to stick the boost on now. Funky sock, boost, and same kind of thing. Now you can see it's pushing it into overdrive. You can hear that is overdriving, but that is still relatively clean. And the expression this allows you, the sound kind of comes alive and you end up with that bounce. I can only describe it as a bounce. I can't remember how other people describe it, but it's a bounce. And what I mean by that is that if I play soft, it's nice and clean, and when I play harder, it overdrives. So if I play a terrible lick like that was absolutely nothing but just what my fingers told me to do. Shouldn't listen to your fingers. Listen to your jazz bits. 1, 2, 3. That's only on the boost on 3. Obviously, if I've got a clean sound and I put the boost on, it's just going to get louder. So I've just put it on 6, and it should start. You hear it starting over to overdrive properly. Now that's not a sound I particularly use, but it's a sound. If I put on the back pickup, you get more of that old style. Get more of that old style kind of overdrivey sound. What's that? You want me to stick it all the way up and see what happens? Okay, here's with the boost all the way up. So that sound kind of compresses more as it hits the front of the amp. And yep, if you like that sound, it's fine. What was that you said? What have you used the overdrive channel on the clean sound? Well, the way that I set it up at the moment, let's just use a back pickup. This is just the stock kind of sound, you know. Excuse my tuning. And here we go. Switch it on. So you notice the mix control in the middle, right here, where my very clean sock, it's not clean at all actually, it's lucky you guys don't have smell-o-vision. So clean sound, just on, I'll use the next to front pickup actually. It's got more of a stratty front pickup kind of sound. Just going to play everything in A minor tonight, might as well. So that's what it sounds like. Now if I switch it on with the mix control off, you've got, and then switch it on, not a lot happens. In fact, pretty much nothing happens. So the mix control, what that does is that mixes in your clean signal with the overdrive signal. Let's put it up to 3 again. Let's do it in 3s. So we've now got a little bit of hair to that kind of. We get more of that kind of overdriviness coming through, but you get the clarity of the clean sound. Mix control all the way up to 6, 6-ish. Then there you go. I'm just proving that I can play a blues scale basically badly. So put the back pickup on and and you get more of that kind of bluesy kind of sound. It's quite expressive as well. I do a lot of stuff where I play my fingers. There you go. Didn't touch a volume control or anything. So that's why I like this pedal, because it's very expressive and it's very clean. If I switch it on and off, it's pretty much the same sound from the amp that I've dialed in, and then I switch the pedal on and it's the same sound but just with more grit and more hair. So let's turn it all the way up, shall we? There you go, mix all the way up. Let's try the gain all the way up. So this is on the clean sound, remember? There you go. And it doesn't go into feedback, but it's still playing through a clean sound. So you get that kind of that bounce in the expression that you normally get. Now, we've also got, oh god, so much on this pedal. You've also got a bass boost on this, which if I switch on, just gives it that little bit more beef, basically, when you're playing, because you're adding bass. The reason I keep it off is because a lot of the time when I've got an overdrive, my overdrive channel on, I've got enough bass. I don't need to add any. So what I'm wanting to add is I want to add middle and top end. I'm trying to push that part of it and just leave the bottom part alone. Otherwise it becomes a bit too flubby, which it has done with other pedals that I've used. So the Møller is really transparent and fits really well and works really well with the Bluguitar on clean and on dirty, and the same with my Rivera as well. It really sings with the Rivera. So why would you have a mix control on an overdrive pedal? What's the point? Well, let me show you. So bits of that sound we're getting a bit, I quite like the sound, but bits of it are just getting a bit too aggressive and a bit too much for what I like. And bearing in mind, I'm only playing at a kind of bedroom volume, a very tiny bedroom as it happens. And if I'm playing live on stage and it's loud, then that bottom end is going to be, because I play in stereo, I've got 2 amps, and that bottom end just gets too much. Whereas, but I quite like it to thicken up the sound. So if I mix in the sound now, you know, half and half. Then I get a kind of good mix of it's almost like the clarity and the dryness of that overdrive sound mixed in with that kind of lovely juiciness from the Møller. However, I use it on normal because I don't want any extra bass, like I said. So ooh, not bad, eh? Not bad at a bedroom volume. Now if I switch that off, just take these notes. I'm not going to play anything too crazy at the moment, but if I play that again, then I'm hearing pretty much the same sound, the same tone. There's no extra, it hasn't coloured the tone too much. It's added a lot more juice to it, and it's added a bit more sharpness, but it's not actually completely changed the mid or the bottom end or anything like that, because I like the sound of the amp. I buy the amp because I like the sound of the amp. I don't buy the amp because I like the sound of the pedal, if that makes sense. So I don't want the pedal to colour the amp. So that's essentially how I use the Møller, and just a little insight into how it works. It's an absolutely amazing pedal. And if you're looking for a kind of one-stop-fits-all overdrive pedal and boost pedal, then that's your bunny. It's absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much. If you want to hear more of this pedal in action, one I've actually practiced. I've been away on holiday for 3 weeks and haven't done much playing, so I'm a bit rusty. If you want to hear it in action properly, then My album Hyperrail is available on Bandcamp. There'll be a description in the doodah. And do the thing with the what's it and the bell and the subscribe and all that kind of thing. Tell your friends, and thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. And practice saying it. Uske tahe. Makes me sound incredibly windswept and interesting, but in actual fact, I'm probably not even pronouncing it correctly.